I'm working on some projects where I need some cleats, and I've got a box of the plastic cleats, which would work fine, and I've used those before, but I figure since we've got some scrap wood and the CNC set up here, everything dialed in pretty well, let's make some wooden cleats. I've never done this before, so last night I drew up some simple designs, a few different shapes, a few different sizes, and I thought we'd give it a try today and see what kind of results we can get. Again, I haven't done this before, so we're going to see how this goes. Everybody is familiar with the plastic cleats. They're all over Amazon and eBay. They're very inexpensive and they work fine. But I think we can have some fun and make some of our own. For designing these cleats to be cut on the CNC machine, normally I use a program called Vectric Cut2D Pro, and it works great for the designs and the stuff that I like playing around with. But occasionally I prefer to use a few other different software packages. And this is Design Spark Mechanical. This is the free version. And this just shows the basic cleat design that I made up for some testing. One of the nice things about using Design Spark Mechanical is you can make a mirror line straight down the middle, so that you can work on one side, and as you're designing one side, it just by name mirrors it on the other side, and it works out really, really well. So Design Spark Mechanical, free version, which is what this is. A lot of useful tools, some wonderful tutorials online, so I won't go into those, but if you're looking for some basic free software sketching program stuff, I would look into this. This is our first test cleat, and it took all of about 8.5 minutes. We were cutting at about 40 inches per minute, so going pretty quick. Again, this is pine, so we're pretty soft. Let's move this out of the way. This is before breaking it out, obviously, and cleaning it up, but that's our rough shape right there. I think that's pretty cool. I put 3 tabs in just on this row right here, so we don't have tabs to clean out on this curve at the top. And I found it's best to put tabs on straight edges, especially where you've got a clear shot, so you're not trying to get into any sections to clean that out. But this was just one. Let's do maybe another one of these up top, and then I've got a few other designs that will work into the other sections here. Those are our first 2 rough cutout cleats. After about 45 minutes or so on the CNC, we've got some cleats to play with. Some different designs that I kind of threw together last night. I think that one's kind of cool. And it was neat to work in the curves as well on some of these. They're looking kind of neat. So the next thing is to break these out, clean up the edges, and then drill some holes with some countersinks for the bolts. The cleats before cleanup, and you can see the tabs on the bottom. For the bigger pieces here, I put some tabs on the top as well. After these have been removed from the board and the tabs all sanded off, they're looking pretty clean. These 2 are obviously identical. This one is similar, but we've got a longer base, but the curve is pretty much the same. And then this one, we just have some angles, and this one's just kind of blocky. So the next thing is to take it over the drill press and put some holes for our bolts and do some countersinks. Those are looking really good. Just test fitting a few of Harbor Freight's finest stainless steel hardware on these. I think I'm going to put some paint on a couple of these cleats and see what kind of a finish that gives. Just testing a few different finishes on our cleats. We've got some rosewood stain and some shellac on these. It's actually some really pretty grain on these, and then some metallic finish on the other ones. Well, I'm surprised. Those came together really, really well. I think that looks very cool. This was just for testing, just to see how this process would work. And we could certainly do this with teak or oak or mahogany or something else that would be more durable. But just testing in pine, and I do like the look. And with these big screws going through here, these are actually a lot stronger than I thought. I would not tie up a big boat to this, but for occasional use, temporary docking, or small boats, I think this is an interesting option. Another thing I've seen folks do with cleats like this is use them for decorative purposes. Either putting some magnets in the bottom and using them for refrigerator hold downs. I've also seen them used for Venetian blinds, for the strings that come down just to tie those off, and to give anything else a nautical feel. But kind of cool. We'll have to see how the other ones look down here in the coming weeks and see if that silver looks good too. Fun stuff. Thanks very much for taking a look.